Tom Weis is with us. He is the president of Climate Crisis Solutions. ClimateCrisisSolutions.com is the website. And Tom, welcome to the program.
Hi, thank you, Tom. Thanks for having me on.
I understand you're based in Boulder?
I am.
So we had a report earlier on from a news reporter there from KZZN. Tom Campbell was his name? Jerry Bell was telling us about it. And it was a pretty grim picture. What's the connection to this 1,000-year flood that Denver just had, or that the central Colorado had, and climate change, if any?
Well, I think the connection is quite clear. We have obviously changed the climate to such a degree that I think all bets are off in terms of what we can expect from the weather. And I think the best way to describe that is weather weirding, and that's what we're experiencing. And I mean, Tom, last summer, from where I am right now, I looked out and I watched a wildfire make its way towards the National Center for Atmospheric Research overlooking Boulder. I never thought I would see that in my lifetime. I mean, that's where they study global weirding and weather weirding. And and then here we are a year later, and I'm in that same yard, and I'm looking out, and a suburban street is running like a river. And it's unbelievable. I mean, almost every home in the neighborhood that I'm in right now has hoses, pumping out the water from their homes.
Wow.
I mean, this is what we've got to look forward to.
Yeah, we've got 5% more moisture in the atmosphere, so surprise. The atmosphere is more unstable, and B, when it dumps moisture, it's got 5% more. What do you expect?
What do you expect?
Right.
And if we don't take action immediately, things are just going to get increasingly worse.
Yeah. And in the larger sense, are you familiar with with any of the 5 great mass extinctions that the Earth has experienced, and how there was an associated component of global climate change and sudden methane releases associated with them?
Sure.
You want to riff on that at all? Because this has got me freaked. I mean, when the Arctic goes ice free, there's 2 trillion tons of methane in the Arctic tundra, the Arctic permafrost, and as methane clathrates, methane hydrate crystals under the sea that are largely stabilized by that ice. And when that goes, I mean, we could be looking at a mass extinction, not just flooding in Denver.
Well, you're right, Tom. And I mean, what we're looking at is the question of whether we're going to continue to live here on this planet.
Yeah.
Not only our species, but all the other species that we share this planet with. And when you talk about the methane releases and the permafrost, and I mean, what if the thermohaline circulation of the ocean shuts down?
Right.
What if that happens?
Europe goes into an ice age.
There's so many tipping points that we may have already reached, but we can only hope that some of them we have not, and we can still turn things around and make things at least livable for future generations. But that's going to take heroic efforts, and we're not seeing anything coming out of the White House that even comes close.
Well, and it's not just the White House. I mean, you're not seeing it come out of Congress. You're not seeing it come out of state legislatures.
Oh, yeah.
Other nations.
Right down the list, Tom.
Yeah.
I mean, politicians in general.
Yeah. I think it's time for us to start shifting the conversation from losing Miami to losing the human species, to talking about extinction. What do you think?
I agree with you.
Do you know of any mainstream climate organizations that are willing to go there? I've not been able to find any.
Huh? Really?
Yeah, I have these conversations with these folks all the time, and I say, because I've been studying the Permian mass extinction, and it was, the first third of the extinction was significant, but it really got under steam when the oceans warmed up 5 degrees and there was 6 degrees, and there was this sudden release of methane from the oceans, and that doubled the rate of global warming, and that killed off 95% of all life on Earth. And I mean, there's, you go back and you talk to the geologists, and they all know this. Climate scientists don't know about, the deep geologic past. And I just, I'm not finding groups that want to talk about this. The IPCC, the study that they've got coming out in 2 weeks, it's not going to talk about methane release because it's the science is in flux, in quotes. Your thoughts on that?
Well, yeah, I'm so glad you're bringing up methane, Tom, because, over the first 20 years that it's in the atmosphere, I believe the number is either 72 or 75 times as potent a greenhouse gas as CO2.
Yeah, it is.
So it's somewhere in the 70s. So this is an extreme situation that we're dealing with.
Yeah, I'm with you. Tom Weis, president of Climate Crisis Solutions. Climate Crisis Solutions. Is it .com or .org, Tom?
It's .org or .com.
.com.
You're listening to the Thom Hartmann Program. Call 866-987-THOM.
ClimateCrisisSolutions.com. Tom Weis. Thank you, Tom. Thanks for the report from Boulder.